higher OPEX, tighter lending, and the rising popularity of Uber and Grab, 2017 is going to be a tough year for auto sales. We sit down with Perodua President and CEO Datuk Dr. Aminar Rashid Salleh for a chat about what this all means for its price-sensitive customer base and what we can expect from the car maker in 2017. A lot of analysts, they are saying that all the headwinds that we saw in 2016, it's going to continue into this year. So how is 2017 looking for Perodua?
2016 has been really a very challenging year. Now 2017, our forecast is going to be equally challenging. Whatever the tough environment that we had in 2016 will continue. Sentiment continue to be slow. People are very cautious of what they want to spend on, and to some probably vehicles or buying property, they will just put it at the back burner. But having said that, we saw opportunities in the after sales service. So over the last 5-6 years, we have been putting resources in the after sales service. Now, you may ask, or the people out there may ask, so what does this has to do with sales? It has a lot to do with sales. Because if you are able to provide good after-sales service, you are creating and developing confidence in the consumers.
Now, McKinsey has a report that's saying that because of the popularity of apps like Uber and Grab, and this is a worldwide phenomenon, fewer people are actually going to want to buy or want to actually own a vehicle, and that it might affect sales, of course, for the whole industry. Do you think it's going to be a concern?
Well, if you look at developed countries, I mean Japan, US and the rest, you look at the population of vehicles versus the actual population, the auto industry is still strong. So what can happen is that there would probably be more of a replacement market rather than first-time buyers. We are slowly beginning to see that in our offerings. We are beginning to see an increase in what we call additional car buyers and replacement car buyers. The first-time buyers is on a downward trend. Now, having said that, whether it is Uber, whether it is Grab, or any other, ride-sharing or apps, they will still need to use vehicles. So, to us, there are still opportunities.
Now, speaking of these ride-sharing services, right? So you have Honda that's investing in Grab. And also under Budget 2017, you have the Proton Uber Grab rebate. Now, is Perodua looking at any potential working partnership with one of these services?
It's work in progress. We are now talking to some of them. If there are opportunities, we will look at those opportunities. We recognize their presence, and we recognize that there are opportunities. Let's
go back to your Beza. Now, it's very popular. In fact, last year I understand that it was a top trending car model for Malaysia. So, based on that popularity, can we expect more sedans out of Perodua?
Well, it was our first experience. It is still a learning process for us. We will continue to improve. At the same time, the hatchback still continues to be popular. I mean, the Myvi, despite being 10, 11 years old, still has its own followers. Azia, we just launched Azia 1.5 years, 2 years ago, still in demand. So we believe each has its own follower. So we will continue to monitor the situation and offer what the market wants.
Now the ambition actually for Perodua was to sell 1 million Myvis by the end of 2017. How close are you to achieving that goal?
I don't have the actual figure right now. It's work in progress. we do hope that we'll be able to achieve it by the end of 2017, failing which we will definitely be able to reach it in 2018.
The ESC, it's supposed to be mandatory next June. And so you reportedly said that you were going to talk to the government first, and then you're going to decide on what's your next move. Because right now, only the Beza is built for ESC and the rest of your models aren't. So what's happening right now?
My team and I is having engagement with the government to try to understand it a little bit more. Because as you know, it is easier to incorporate this into new models. It involves design, development, the layout of the vehicles. To put it into existing models, it's not that easy, and it probably costs more. So we're trying to understand and differentiate between the two, existing models and new models, and what would be that cut-off date, so to speak. Now, having said that, in countries like Japan, for example, not all vehicles carry ESC. That doesn't mean that the vehicles are not safe. And that's the reason why I mentioned that apart from the regulatory requirements, we ourselves also put in other features. Proprietary design by Daihatsu that is shared by us. So it's not something that we compromise on the aspect of safety.